heard the EMT lady say, we're gonna have the baby here, she's not gonna make it to the hospital. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now firstly, I do want to apologize for taking such a long time to upload this video. However, as I was getting closer to my due date, I did want to take some time out to organize my house, make sure I had everything prepared for her, and just get everything in order for when she actually arrived. My daughter is here, and she's just about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks yet. But I did want to hurry up and do this labor and delivery video just to get everything out while it's fresh in my brain. So if you guys want to hear my crazy labor and delivery story, stay tuned. I know this video is different from my previous videos that you have seen. If you have not checked them out, links will be down below. However, I did try to vlog that day and I was not able to finish. I woke up that morning, you know, just like a typical day. I woke up around 7 o'clock in the morning. I immediately started cleaning up. You know, I try to get as much done before my son get up because that's like my peace and quiet. After everything was said and done, we got dressed and headed to the doctor's appointment. And that's when I remembered to vlog. So the initial clip that you're going to see is when I'm getting one of my last sonograms, just to check on baby's positioning, her weight, make sure everything's okay. And then once I left the doctor's appointment, I attempted to vlog again just to give you guys an update on what the doctor actually said. So I'll insert those clips now. So I'm 39 weeks and 2 days.
39, yes.
39 weeks and 2 days.
Yeah.
My due date is June 15th. So now I'm going to the doctor twice a week. I feel like kicking all the time, feeling contractions and stuff. They're not frequent, they're like every now and again. But she's gonna be here soon. Feel good. Just been relaxing, trying to get everything together, like the house and, you know, wash her clothes, just make sure. Just trying to get everything together. Hey guys, so today is Monday. It's 12 o'clock p.m. and I am leaving my doctor's appointment. I am currently 2 centimeters dilated. My mucus plug and everything is coming down. My cervix is open, so it's literally up to her. She can come whenever she feels like she's ready to come. I'm trying so hard not to get like really anxious, but the fact of the matter is time is winding down and there's still so much stuff I have to do. So the goal for today is to wash clothes, to put my room back together and finish her crib. I'm gonna have all of that finished by tomorrow. I'm putting that on video, so now I gotta do it. I'll keep you guys following along with me because, like I said, it has been a while since I did my last vlog, and my last vlog wasn't really about me or my pregnancy, so I'll try to keep my camera on as much as possible. My doctor came to me a couple weeks before I had my daughter, and she said, you know, Jasmine, you're about to hit 39 weeks. Do you want to talk about getting an induction? I said, okay, well, what's the date for 39 weeks? And she said about June 8th or June 9th. That was my grandma's birthday, and unfortunately my grandma passed a couple weeks ago. So having my daughter on June 9th became the goal. Like, that was one thing that would have made me giving birth to her that much more special if I could have had her on my grandma's birthday. If I can't get her to come on June 9th, then I'm just going to leave her alone, let her do her own thing, especially since she's perfectly healthy and there's no complications. And that's when she started to brief me. If you feel like your water has broken, go to the hospital. If you see any blood that's like really, really bright red, go to the hospital. If you feel like fetal movement has slowed down or decreased, go to the hospital. If you have any contractions, do not wait. Go to the hospital. I'm not going to say everything she said went in one ear and out the other, but everything she said went in one ear and out the other. I know she's a doctor and I know she knows what she's talking about. I just went to 3 births. Three. 3 of my sisters just had babies. And let me tell you something. They were about 1 to 2 centimeters for damn near a week. They went to the hospital when they felt like their water broke or they were having contractions, and they were still sitting there for more than 5 hours. I did not want to do that. So my labor plan was to labor at home so I can be comfortable, so I can eat, so I can be in any position I wanted to be in, be able to have freedom to walk around outside, and have people around me that will be able to support me in that moment. That was my goal. When I felt like it was getting close or I couldn't take the pain anymore, then I would head to the hospital. But I did not want to go to the hospital just to be confined to the bed where they have baby monitors on your stomach, IVs sticking you here and here and here and here, and you have to lay on your back. And I felt like if I did that, then I would easily chicken out and then go for the epidural. So I figured if I labor at home, by the time I got to the hospital, it would be too late for me to get the epidural, and I would have to go forward with the natural delivery. When I came back home after the doctor's appointment and I was feeling contractions, I thought, okay, I'm somewhat close to my due date. I'm a week before my due date. I'm going to feel contractions. So they did not alarm me at all, especially because they were sporadic. I'm moving furniture, talking to my best friend on the phone, drilling stuff, taking furniture apart. She noticed that I was, breathing a lot, and I was telling her like, yeah, I'm having contractions or whatever. And she was keeping a record of it, just to monitor it. And at that time, they were like 10 minutes apart, 7 minutes apart, then back to 10 or 11, 13 minutes apart. And she was like, Jasmine, do you want to call Dad and have him on standby? Not right now. I really don't think I'm in labor, but if later on, if we're still feeling contractions, then I'll call everyone and let them know what's going on. As I was putting my things in the car, they stopped completely. I didn't feel any contractions. And my friend lives about 15, 17 minutes away, and that whole drive I did not feel any contractions. So I was like, see, told you, Braxton Hicks, whatever. Hold on. Yeah, so by the time I got to my friend's house, that's when the contractions started to pick up. Like literally when I was getting out of the car. When I took the baskets in the house and her niece came to help me take them downstairs, I had a hard contraction. And again, the pain wasn't unbearable, but it was enough to stop me in my tracks. And that's when I started washing clothes. So I'm downstairs in the basement, putting loads in the washing machines. I'm feeling contractions, and every time I feel contractions, I'm like just rocking and breathing through them. And then once it's over, get back to washing clothes. So we're upstairs and we're talking, and she's like, Jasmine, I think you're in labor. And I was like, no, DeAndre, I'm not in labor. Like, the contractions don't hurt. Like, at this point, they were about a 5. But I was still managing. I still didn't think they were bad enough to the point where I had to go to the hospital. So they're like, okay, just let us know when they get to about a 6 or 7, and we're going to go to the hospital. And at about 8 o'clock, that's when I noticed, okay, yes, I'm having these contractions, and yes, they aren't as painful as I think they should be. They're not going anywhere. They're 5 minutes. They were 10 minutes apart earlier today, and now they're 5 minutes apart. It's like, why is this happening so fast if I am in labor? Because I'm still in disbelief. Like, I remember saying to myself, I just want to lay down. Like, I'm tired. I just want to lay down and lay on my side. Because in between the contractions, I was told, try to get your rest. But it got to a point that I couldn't lay down. Like, the contractions were coming so frequent that I just had to stay in that all-four position to be comfortable or to get through it. And when it got to that point, that's when I'm like, okay, maybe I am in labor. Or just in case I am, let me call Dad and let him know. And, so while we're waiting for Dad to get there, the contractions were getting more painful. So they went from about a 5 to about a 7. And they were getting closer together. I think they're about 2 to 3 minutes apart at this point. Again, guys, I was not in unbearable pain, but contractions are painful. So I'm just trying to like talk through them and breathe through them and hum through them and dance through them, whatever the hell I could do while I was waiting for Dad to come get me, or at least wait for my best friend to come, waiting for somebody with a vehicle to come get me because I could not drive myself. My hums are getting louder, and my son is coming upstairs. Like, he was downstairs playing with my best friend's niece, and he's coming upstairs to check on me, like, mommy, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing, sweetie, I think his baby sister. And he's like, his baby sister trying to come early? You're not at the hospital yet? And I'm like, yeah. My son was really my soldier that night. Like, he was really trying his best. Even though I know he really couldn't help me with the pain, but it was the simple fact that he saw mommy in pain and he was trying to help. That made it extra sweet. He would like come rub my back when I was in all fours, and when I was laying down on the bed, or he'd just come give me kisses on my forehead, or just ask me, mommy, are you okay? What's going on? Telling me to be brave. He's like, mommy, remember what I always tell you when baby sister is kicking, to be brave. And I'm just like rocking and humming through contractions and stuff like that. And just keep asking, what's dad ETA? When is he coming? When is he coming? Where is he at? Where is he at? As I'm telling her, my friend, this, she's like, okay, well, Jasmine, I can take you to the hospital. We don't have to wait. I'll take you to the hospital and we'll just have them meet us there. Guys, I just wanted to lay down. That's it. It wasn't that the contractions were unbearable. It wasn't that I was in pain, I was crying or anything like that. I just wanted to lay down. I just wanted to relax. And I could not do that because it seemed like I was not getting a break in between those contractions. So while she's getting herself together to, take me to the hospital, I noticed my hands started shaking. And when they started shaking, guys, it scared the hell out of me. It really did, because I kept trying to like stop my hand from shaking or grab onto like the back of her chair or to like squeeze the pillow. But regardless of what I was doing, my hand was shaking. And I called. I said, Deandra, call the ambulance now. And when I said that, I can tell she went into a low-key panic, but she didn't want to come off as if she was panicking. I'm going back to the bathroom because the pain was in my butt at this point. And I remember the only thing that's comfortable while the pain is in my butt is if I sit on the toilet. So I made my way back to the bathroom. I sat on the toilet. I spread my legs as wide as I could. I grabbed my knees and just tried to bear with the pain. Just tried to bear with the pain. And I hear my best friend pacing back and forth on the phone with 911. She's like, yeah, my best friend is in labor. Her contractions about 2 minutes apart. We need an ambulance here ASAP to get her to the hospital. And the dispatcher is basically giving my best friend instructions on what to do to deliver the baby. So in my mind, I'm like, she can't be coming right now. Like, why are you giving her instructions on what to do? Like, just get the ambulance here and get me to the hospital so I can get this medicine and go to sleep. So the dispatcher is telling my best friend, get towels, put towels on the floor, get another towel for the baby. When the baby comes out, get a shoestring for the umbilical cord, get pillows to prop mom's head up, and to check down there to see if she's crowning. And my best friend's like, crowning? What the hell is crowning? And my mom like, yeah, whatever, do all of that, but just make sure the ambulance hurry up and get here. I'm like slowly but surely easing off the toilet. I literally was on the toilet, then I was on my knees, then I was on all fours. And I told Deandra, I said, I cannot get on my back. I refuse to get on my back. It's too painful. And she's like, Jasmine, I have to check to see if you're crowning. And I literally put my hand down there like, there's no baby, there's no baby. Like, hurry up, hurry up. As I'm telling her, there's no baby, we can hear the sirens of the ambulance pulling up. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. And mind you guys, just to give you guys a timestamp of how fast things escalated, I texted Dad like around 8:39. The ambulance got there by a little after 9 o'clock. That's how fast, things move. And it took the ambulance all of not even 5 minutes to get to the house. But it seemed like forever in that moment. So I'm on all fours. I'm halfway in the bathroom, halfway in the hallway, and I hear the people, my friend goes to answer the door, and she's instructing Cam and her niece, go downstairs in the basement, take the dog. You guys try to stay out the way. And when I saw that EMT guy walk up them steps, I literally crawled to him, like, I damn near crawled to him begging for my life, like, please help me, please help me. Don't worry, Miss Knight, we're gonna help you. We just gotta check to make sure that you're not crowning. And if you're not, then we're gonna, get you on our stretcher and we're gonna get you to the hospital as fast as possible. But we're gonna need you to get on your back so we can check. And I didn't get on my back, but I just like leaned back and I opened my legs and let them check. They used a flashlight, looked under there, looked down there, and they said, okay, the coast is clear. Let's hurry up and get her there. Okay, I tried, but somebody doesn't want to be put down. After they checked, they said, can you make it down to the stretcher that was at the end of the hallway. And I told them, you know, I'm having a lot of pain. I can't really move right now. Just give me a second and I'll make my way down there. So it took me a few minutes, but you know, I crawled down to the end of the hall and I said, guys, I'm having a contraction. And they was like, okay, just let us know when you're finished. And once you're done, just lay on your side and we'll carry you out. Seemed like that last contraction that I was having, it was more painful than the previous ones, and it was lasting longer than any of the contractions I had all night, all day. I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there in the all four position, and I'm just thinking to myself, just make it to the hospital, just make it to the hospital. And the contraction wasn't even finished. I told them it was. I said, okay, the contraction is finished. I told them it was finished, but it wasn't. When I felt like the contraction was like, you know, calming down, I like dropped to my side, and I was like, okay, come on. So they picked me up. It was about 4 or 5 EMT people. They picked me up, they carried me down the steps, and we're heading out the door. And I'm like really trying to do the best Kegels I can to keep from pushing. But it was like when you're there, when it's time to push, your body isn't asking you permission to push. It's telling you, we're going to push, this baby is coming out. And they put me on the, you know, the stretcher part that got, you know, the stretcher thing that got the wheels on it to like push me in the back of the ambulance. And I feel her head, and I remember rolling over saying, I'm pushing, and her head is there. Like I literally feel her head there. Okay, okay, hold on. I heard the EMT lady say, we're gonna have the baby here, she's not gonna make it to the hospital. And in that moment, I started beating myself up immediately. I was a little nervous on what was going to happen to her because we're not at the hospital. If any complications happen, we still have to drive a good 20-something minutes. At that point, I'm thinking I still have to go to my designated hospital. And I'm like, you know, anything can happen when she comes out. I really wanted everything to be okay. And at that moment, I didn't know. After I shook it off, I told myself, just get it over with. And after one big push, she was out. All I could think about was, after all the planning that I did in my head, after all of the times I like mapped out how I thought my birthing experience with my daughter was going to be and how different it was going to be from my sons, this wasn't it. This wasn't it. I did not expect to be in the back of the ambulance at all. I didn't expect to not have not one person, not one loved one actually there next to me holding my hand. I literally had 5 or 6 strangers swarmed around me. I'm holding his hand. I'm holding one EMT person's hand. I have another one by the like clenched, like by the shirt. I wanted to share that moment with them, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to. You know, I can't change anything. At the end of the day, I do have a crazy story to tell to my daughter as to how she got here and how strong of a person her mother was mentally and physically that day. Because if you would have told me I was going to have my baby natural in the back of an ambulance 3 months ago, I would have told you go to hell. When we pulled up, the EMT people are telling me how strong I was and how much of a trooper I was, because at the end of the day, I pushed her out. She had no complications. I had no complications. It was like I just pushed her out and we were chilling. And they were like, they've never experienced anything like that. The baby's so strong and healthy. She came out so strong, heartbeat strong, blood pressure and everything was good. You know, and of course, all the nurses when we got there, they all congratulate me and let me know how, oh my gosh, I couldn't have done that, and you're so strong. And I'm like, at the end of the day, you can. You can. You can. For any women out there who are expecting babies at the moment or thinking about having babies in the future, I will tell you, as crazy as my birthing experience was with my daughter, I just want to let you guys know it can be done. Like, please do not listen to other people and their experience. Everybody's experience is different. I survived. you're not gonna die, it's not gonna kill you, you know, it's natural, it's natural, and it's really beautiful, it really is. So we get to the hospital, they stroll me upstairs, they get me to a labor and delivery room, and you know, I had to register and everything, and that's when, you know, dad came and he get to see the baby. My other best friend Denise, she got there. Everything that I thought could have went wrong, it didn't. Like, even though I had her in the back of the ambulance, everything went so smoothly. And like I said, I was nervous in that moment before, like as I was pushing her out. Like, I hope, you know, I pray everything goes as safely and as smoothly as possible. And it did. And it did. And I will say that was nothing but God. It was nothing. Because anything could have happened. The umbilical cord could have been wrapped around her neck. The ambulance could have not gotten there in time. And my best friend literally could have delivered my baby. But it didn't. And it just so happened, you know, I remember one of the EMT people, they told me that they were, normally it takes them about 7 minutes to get to, you know, from where they're normally located. And they said it just so happened that they were training not even 2 blocks from where I was. So when they got the call, they were training new people. So when they got the call, they were down the street. And again, guys, it was like, once they got there, I was ready to push. Like, please keep in mind, once they got there and they were taking me out, I was ready to push. If they would have got there any minute later, I would have had my daughter at my friend's house. So when I say everything worked out, everything worked out. Except for the fact that the people that I wanted there were not there. As I was telling people what happened, everybody's like, you should have listened to your doctor. What took you so long to go to the hospital? Or, oh my gosh, how was you sitting there going through all them contractions and you didn't think you were in labor? I'm like, guys, because it didn't hurt. Like, when I went into labor with my son, I was, one, already in the hospital. So that whole water breaking and whether you're in labor, everything outside the hospital, that was new to me. It really was. So I thought I knew what to expect when I was in labor, but I really didn't know what to expect. I will not let this video end without giving a special shout out to my 2 best friends. When I say them 2 women came through for me that night, they really did. And the fact that they were there, it made that night that much more comfortable for me. Without getting too emotional, I'm going to end this video. If there's anything in my story that I did not address or that you guys still have questions about, you can contact me, DM me, send me a message, or leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video of my crazy labor and delivery story. Until next time, bye.